The city of Rome was originally known as Ra Ouma, which means a place protected by Ra. Go to this website and read the full story there. Welcome to our title, Welcome to Italy Before Rome. I think we all know what the impact of this man in world history. We have to consider what he did and what is continuously being done today. When we look at the issues and the questions like who were the natives of Rome? Are Romans same as Greeks? Why is this important? Do you know that the African Sibyl matriarch were the world's first oracles, prophetess, as well as prophets? That they were known as Pythoness, Shato, Ishato. They led black Egyptian colonies all over the earth in ancient Greece, Rome, Turkey, Israel, Syria, and Babylon. That their holy temples were as many and more numerous than churches today. That in ancient Rome, they were the first to establish the holy city at the Vatican centuries before Jesus Christ, before the Bible was even written. That their pagan prophecies were used by the emerging Roman papals to create a Western theological foundation and became the undisputed precursor of their Christian Bible. You can study this book, The Sibyls, the First Prophetess of Mamiwata by Mama Zogbe. Get this book and read it. It will show you and prove these points beyond any reasonable doubt. Don't just think that everything is in the Bible. African women's religious history is finally being unearthed, exposing shocking revelations buried for more than 2,000 years. Such books are worthy your library. Again, more proof that our ancestors, our mothers, our goddesses were all over the earth. This is the cult of Isis or Isusu. Cult was attended by professional bodies of male priests. These are African priests. But women could also hold high positions. Nearly a third of worshippers' names in the cult inscriptions are female. And wall paintings in Pompeii and Herculaneum clearly show women participating in the ceremonies, supervised by priests with 7 heads. In the foreground of the painting can be seen 2 ibis sacred to Isis and a flutist playing the flute. So this is what was there in Rome before anything else. Who were the natives of Rome? Are Romans same as Greeks? This is an image, Cambridge, you can find it popular. Look at it very carefully. The original indigenous people who were in Italy are referred to as Etruscans. They occupied Etruria, a region from ancient Rome right to Greece and parts of Aegean. And they looked like this. So the question has been answered clearly, but we need to put more proof and more flesh. Etruscan terracotta relief 600 BCE. Who do you think looks like that? It's an African, proper indigenous African. You can find them in Australia. They look like this. You can find them in Asia. They look like this. You can find them in America, North and South America, in Canada, in Greenland, elsewhere. They look like this. Etruscan, 500, 400 before Common Era. Looks like that. Thick lips, blunt nose, and so forth. Every proof that you need. There again, fishermen and sea creatures. The Roman mosaic, 100 AD, Casa di Menandaro, Pompeii, Italy. Look at the hair. Look at the hairstyle. That's what you look for. There is the Etruscan vase, 325 BCE. No disputes there. Quite clear, straightforward. There is Etruscan artifacts, 500 BCE. You cannot continue to think that Etruscans were anything else than Africoid. Etruscans artifacts, 500 BCE. Another one. Look at that. Right? This is Hathore. More proof. There is mosaic of an obviously black Roman Emperor Maximilius Herculeus from the Villa Romana del Casale, Sicily, Italy, 300 AD. Note, the emperor's guard on the right is on what appears to be a mask on the right of a white person. The meaning is unknown, as it is whether to be installed by modern restorers. That's what they do. And we're going to prove that the restorers are playing tricks with all these ancient images. And there is a clear-cut mother of all our goddess whose ceremony we introduced, Isis. See what happened to her by the restorers. This is how history of the Etruscans and almost all our ancient heroes and heroines has been changed. Before, after they put a little bit of black shade, and way after they have now been stolen. Ivan van Satima in Black Madonnas of Europe, Diffusion of the African Isis added, the Black Madonnas of Europe have a tradition which goes back hundreds of years before the advent of Christianity. The African Isis said was prototype for the Black Madonnas of Europe. As the worship of Isis was suppressed, the Virgin Mary was elevated into the European Christendom. The African Isis was worshipped under the name of the Virgin Mary. Victims of indoctrination. Every black person who is a Christian, a Muslim, a Jew, a Buddhist, or anything doing meditation or yoga or anything else and does not worship his or her ancestors is indoctrinated and fast asleep. He is being lullabied. Read this book by Dr. Carter G. Woodson, The Miseducation of the Negro, to see some aspects of all that we are saying here. Were the original Romans black people? Yes. We have shown in many posts all of those marble statues and busts of Europeans you see and then think them as Greeks and Romans are forgeries created by at the behest of the Christian leadership. So that's why we are saying Christians are selling out. Christians are asleep. They don't know. They have no identity. They might claim and make all the promises of going to heaven, of the Holy Spirit, but they have lost and ditched their own character and their own race. All these images that you see today in the Bibles, in the universities, education is filled with archaeological facts. And we dare not say anything about movies, the media, and the school education. It's all hogwash, puerile and pure propaganda that we find in museums today. It really began in 1600s and 1800s fabrications. And they are continuing. They're continuing to plant these fabrications, and their archaeologists go and dig them up and claim to have discovered something to rewrite history. It's all fake and forgeries. Movies, televisions, we serve to condition humanity to the concept that the evidence, really, there is no evidence. It's all forgery. There's Bacanti tomb, Tarquinia. These are Etruscans. There again, who were the natives of Rome? Are Romans same as Greeks? Yes. Romans and Greeks are same people. Why is it important to know that? Because we have proved that Italy, where we find Rome, was originally inhabited by black people who are referred to as Etruscans. It's us. It's you and me. There is a proof, more proof, from the Antonine baths in Carthage. Hermaquais, pillars topped by the head of the god Hermes, protective injunction, which were widespread in Roman world 100 AD, the Bardom Museum in Tunisia. There it is. Who does this look like? So don't be cheated. Herodotus or Herodotosu was never one to let facts get in the way of a good story. He wrote the following: for there can be no doubt that the people of Colchis were an indigenous people who had been there for thousands of years, left there by King or Pharaoh Sesostris. The Colchians above, whom he describes as black, skinned and have woolly hair, and the Budini of Gelonis, East Central Ukraine, whom he describes as having blue eyes and bright red hair, and caught the Eastern Ethiopians, for two nations of this name served in the army, were marshaled with Indians. They differed from the other Ethiopians, save only in the language and the character of their hair, for the Eastern Ethiopians have straight hair, while they of Libya are more woolly haired. Libya is all of Africa than other people in the world. Today, university professors write projects disputing eyewitness accounts of people that know the truth. There it is now. Finally, this is Frank M. Snowden, Blacks in Antiquity, 1970. See there, Hannibal there. Phoenicians, known also as Canaanites, populated Carthage, Syria, Palestine, Spain, Anatolia. Frank Snowden, an Afro-American classical scholar from Harvard University, notes that elements in the population of Etruria or Etrusca allied with Hannibal This picture 241 BCE, 181 BCE, the Punic Wars. Punic actually means Phoenician Wars. He gives this as a reason for the appearance in Etrusca of Carthaginian coins of Africans. Pictures 6 and 7, not they are African. So 6 and 7 is Africans. There are Africans 5 with a zebra, and again all these are Africans. So 1, Tunisia, Carthage, Hannibal there, and then 2 is Italy, Etruscans on a vase painting 400 BCE, and 3, that's Etrusca, Serapos, 500 BCE. Then Italy, Etrusca, African head, Mag 4 BCE. We have shown this. We have shown all this. And then 13, Tunisia, Cyrenaica, Heracles, African BCE. And this, the one we have shown 10 recently. And also 12, all these are Africans. And thanks to Robin Williams for Hannibal coin, this one. And the following in Gilbert and Le Colette, Picard, all of this. So we thank these scholars for all their work. Time for us to say no more lies, no more forgeries, for the earth is mine. Subscribe to our channel, Hamiti Ibur Ethics Marifado Development Organization. Send us an email and join us at marifado.com so that we can continue this work together. There is heavy lifting ahead and heavy lifting at the moment. Our identity is our story. Our story is our identity. Our history is Ubuntu. Thank you. Have a good day.